In this video, we will dive into the origins of the Deathwatch, the Space Marines in this chapter, the kill teams, the watch companies, the watch fortresses, the total number or strength of the Xenos hunters, their specialized vehicles, and notable members that have served in it. Let's get to it. The origins of the Deathwatch can be traced back to when the greatest Orc War in the Imperium's history nearly destroyed the heart of humanity. This was in M32. During this time, called the Time of Rebirth, the Terran Lords and various chapters concluded that there was a need for a specialized organization to combat the alien threats, from the mysterious Eldar to the brutal Greenskins. To safeguard humanity, the Ordo Xenos was founded to root out and destroy these Xenos threats. Yet even the Inquisition, with its formidable network of agents, needed elite warriors capable of fighting these aliens on their own terms. Enter the Deathwatch, a specialized force of Space Marines drawn from various chapters. Their creation was the brainchild of both the Inquisition and certain visionary chapter masters who recognized that a united force, specifically trained to combat Xenos, would be very effective. The Deathwatch became the Inquisition's sword, a hammer to crush the enemies of humanity wherever they might arise. They answer the calls of the Ordo Xenos, but remain equal in terms of authority. They remain a part of the greater Astartes Brotherhood. It is a strange but functional relationship, kind of like two hunters watching each other's backs while eyeing the same prey. The Deathwatch is not your average Space Marine chapter. It is made up of hand-picked warriors from various chapters across the galaxy. Many of these Marines are seasoned veterans who have already proven their skill in battle. In some ways, you could compare them to a dream team or an all-star squad. Each Marine brings in their unique combat style and experience honed to the max in their home chapter and adapted to the Deathwatch's specialized tactics. But there are also a darker side to the Deathwatch's ranks. There are the Black Shields, Space Marines who have renounced their chapter or who hide their origin for some reasons unknown. They are seen serving amongst the warriors of the Deathwatch without question. These individuals often carry a heavy burden of shame or guilt, and serving in the Deathwatch offers them a path to redemption, kind of like a penitence. They wear plain black armor concealing their chapter's heraldry and their past forgotten by others, though never by themselves. For these Black Shields, every mission is a chance to atone, knowing full well that their road may end in glorious death. But it's a hard life, and it's the only way. Unlike traditional Space Marine chapters, the Deathwatch doesn't recruit from planetary populations or raise their own warriors from scratch. Instead, they take the best of the best from existing chapters. When a Space Marine is selected for service, it is considered both an honor and a duty. These warriors are called to serve the Deathwatch for a limited term, after which they return to their parent chapter, bringing back the skills and knowledge they acquired. The training they undergo once recruited into the Deathwatch is intense and specialized, focused on fighting alien threats. This involves mastering the use of advanced Xenos killing war gear, learning new squad tactics, and familiarizing themselves with the strange and dangerous biology of various alien species. Their training prepares them for the wide range of environments and unique challenges that come with hunting alien species across the stars. You could say that they become a jack of all trades when it comes to killing Xenos, but with the precision and skill that only comes from intensive training and hard-earned battle experience. Service in the Deathwatch is not a permanent assignment for most. Marines serve a set term, usually lasting a few decades, though it can be longer depending on circumstances. Some even stay indefinitely if they have become so ingrained into the Deathwatch's ways that returning to their parent chapter seems impossible. Within the Deathwatch, the rank structure has its own flavor, even though they basically have all the Space Marine unit types, including intercessors, infiltrators, ravers, and all those 20 to 30 roles. But all are either veterans or Black Shields. Marines who have served long terms may rise through the ranks, becoming watch sergeants, then going on to become watch captains and even watch masters after centuries. These are the highest ranking officers who are responsible for entire watch fortresses, and then there is the watch commander, who is like the chapter master of the Brotherhood in the early stages of their formation. However, since they aren't really a true homegrown chapter and their bases are spread all over, their command is decentralized, and thus there are numerous watch masters and commanders all over the galaxy. These leaders are often highly decorated veterans with decades, if not centuries, of experience under their belts. Alongside them are the Deathwatch apothecaries, the tech marines, chaplains, and librarians. These play a crucial role in maintaining morale and safeguarding the integrity of the chapter. Every marine, no matter the rank, must balance their loyalty to their chapter with their service to the Deathwatch, and this dual identity is a hallmark of their organization. It's a delicate dance, but one that the Deathwatch manages to navigate effectively. So the core fighting unit of the Deathwatch is called the Kill Team. Each kill team is made up of highly specialized warriors, often with a diverse set of skills and backgrounds, brought together for specific missions. These teams are composed of members from different chapters, and their strength lies in their ability to adapt and complement each other's skills. Whether it's assaulting a Tyranid hive fleet, sneaking behind Necron lines, or boarding an Eldar vessel, the kill team is perfectly equipped for the job. They train together, fight together, and live or die as one. Kill teams mostly consist of 5 Space Marines, but can be reinforced to grow up to 15 in number. Then above the kill teams are the watch companies, which are large formations led by watch captains. These companies can consist of multiple kill teams and are called upon for more extensive campaigns. So on average, watch companies consist of 15 to 50 Marines. Sometimes a watch company will deploy to address a significant threat in a specific sector, coordinating their efforts across multiple fronts. The tight-knit nature of the kill teams and the broader strategic role of the watch companies allow the Deathwatch to be incredibly flexible and efficient when dealing with alien threats. It is this kind of setup that gives them an edge in situations where adaptability is key. One of the most unique aspects of the Deathwatch is the constant shuffling of Space Marines between kill teams and the free flow of strategies between them. This isn't some stiff traditional chapter structure where squads stay together forever. The Deathwatch thrives on fluidity. After all, they are all fighting enemies that rarely follow any rules or patterns. To keep up, kill teams are often reorganized to match the demands of the mission. A heavy weapon specialist from the Imperial Fist might be paired with a Raven Guard assault specialist and a Dark Angel's tech-savvy brother, creating a team that can handle any obstacle in their way. This blending of experience with expertise allows the Deathwatch to stay one step ahead of their enemies. In addition, strategy sharing is deeply ingrained in their culture. Every Marine who returns to their chapter brings back invaluable intel on xenos tactics, on their technology and weaknesses, creating a ripple effect that strengthens not only the Deathwatch, but also the chapters from which they draw their warriors. Now, the Watch Fortresses serve as the primary basis of operation for the Deathwatch, scattered across the galaxy, across the Imperium in strategic locations. These fortresses are incredibly well defended and equipped with vast armories with advanced xenos tracking equipment and training grounds that would put most regular Astartes fortifications to shame. There are major watch fortresses which house large contingents of Marines and are the nerve centers of the Deathwatch operations in a particular sector. Minor fortresses, on the other hand, are smaller but no less vital, often situated near xenos hotspots for particularly dangerous regions of space. The Space Marine contingent within each fortress can vary. Some may have only a few kill teams stationed, while others might boast a full watch company or even more. These fortresses are also home to the Watch Masters and other high-ranking officers. They oversee operations and ensure the Deathwatch's resources are utilized effectively. Essentially, these fortresses are both bastions of defense and launch pads for deadly targeted strikes against the enemies of the Imperium. The largest watch fortress is Thalassa Prime, which is based on a planet of the same name, given to the Deathwatch by the Ultramarines. Then there are others like the Prefects Venatoris, the Presians, the Watcher Keep, the Ramley's fortress called Ariok, and 30 more named ones plus several others that are yet unnamed, which likely pushes the total to around 50. Lesser than them are the watch stations, which are smaller outposts spread across the galaxy, often in far-flung regions where xenos threats are common but where maintaining a full watch fortress would be impractical. Think of them as listening posts or forward operating bases, where small contingents of Deathwatch Marines can be stationed to monitor alien activity. There are far more watch stations than watch fortresses, numbering in the hundreds. These stations are critical for keeping a vigilant eye on a galaxy's borders. A watch station might only have a handful of Marines assigned to it, and for most of the time these stations are only filled with servitors and support staff, and decades might even go by without a kill team entering the hallways, yet they are still armed to the teeth and are more than capable of holding their ground until reinforcements arrive. When necessary, these stations act as launching points for kill teams to strike deep into enemy territory or to intercept xenos forces before they can threaten the larger Imperium. So estimating the full strength of the Deathwatch is no easy task, mainly because the chapter operates differently than in other Space Marine chapters. Their Marines are drawn from other chapters and their numbers fluctuate as warriors come and go, as they complete their terms of service or as new recruits arrive. There are around 34 to 50 watch fortresses and hundreds of watch stations, each with a varying number of Marines. However, it is estimated that at any given time, the Deathwatch could field several thousand Space Marines across the galaxy. For example, Thalassa Prime alone would have 5 watch companies, or a minimum of between 100 and 200 highly trained units, and many more in training. The same would now go for Prefect Venatoris, which has become the de facto Deathwatch HQ for the Dark Imperium beyond the Great Rift. Then there is Fortress Damroth with 100 Astartes, Eriok with probably the same number, and with more than 30 to 48 more fortresses plus hundreds of watch stations and their fleet. They are larger than any other chapter, perhaps at par with the ever-crusading Black Templars in number, which far exceeds 4,000 Battle Brothers at any one time. In terms of raw power, you could say that they punch far above their weight thanks to the combination of veteran warriors, specialized tactics, cutting-edge war gear, and their superior numbers. And yeah, with that we dive into the Deathwatch's arsenal, which is a sight to behold. Designed with the intent for finding weaknesses and killing the xenos. They are equipped with a mix of standard Astartes war gear like bolters and power armor, but also have access to a wide array of xenos-specific weaponry and relics. Bolters are often modified to carry specialized ammunition such as Kraken, Hellfire and Vengeance rounds, each designed to deal with different alien threats. For more intense engagements they might deploy the Infernus heavy bolters, frag cannons, or even Xeno-phase blades, which are ancient weapons capable of cutting through even the most advanced Xenos technology. When it comes to vehicles, the Deathwatch fields a range of standard Space Marine transports and tanks such as Land Raiders, Rhinos and Razorbacks, but they also have access to specialized aircraft like the Corvus Black Stars, which are unique, fast, heavily armed flyers that are perfect for kill team insertion and extraction. All this gear combined with their intense training makes them a force to be reckoned with in any Xenos hunting operation. Deathwatch killships are another sight to see. They are automated drone vessels guided by the most advanced of the war spirits, the machine spirits, which are used in the most extreme of circumstances to enact exterminators upon a world that has been lost to the Imperium. And before ending this video, we will take a look at the most notable Deathwatch members. Firstly, there is Asgar Warfis, a Wolf Lord of the Space Wolves in the mid-32nd millennium, serving as the first watch commander of the Deathwatch and defended against Orc invasions, notably leading his great company in the defense of the industrial moon of Fabric. Then there is Watchmaster Mordigale, who is a charismatic and skilled Blood Angel, becoming a paragon for his chapter's qualities, while Mordeli, an Imperial Fist serving as the current watch commander of Watch Fortress Thalassa Prime, is a stoic yet charismatic leader, and he watches the primary training grounds of that world. Watch Captain Artemis of the Modificators joined the Deathwatch for his uncanny ability to detect alien threats. Pasanis Lysane, another famous Astartes, the sergeant of the Ultramarines 4th Company, fought alongside Captain Uriel Ventris in defeating a Tyranid non-queen on Tarsus Ultra. And of course the star of the Space Marine games, Dimitri Titus, once a captain of the Ultramarines 2nd Company, served as a Black Shield under the name of Nullus after his imprisonment by Inquisitor Thrax, before being nearly killed by a Carnifex, followed by being saved by his Ultramarine brothers and being brought back to the chapter and serving now as Lieutenant Titus of the 2nd Company. And with that, we end this video on the Deathwatch. So if you like this one, then watch this other one too. And if you want to browse for other sci-fi and Warhammer content, then check out our channel. So subscribe and like for support. And while you're at it, bang on the bell icon for notifications on new video uploads. Till the next time, take care, boys.